So we're up here on the mountain. We finally got the lull up here where it needs to be. So we got new tires for this thing because these tires are really poor shape, to say the least. And they started separating just from driving it up there. You see that crack there? That wasn't there before. So it was bad. So anyways, that came off fairly well. But so here's the problem we found. There's a good 1/4 inch or more of slop in that bearing. The bearings spin fine. There's grease in there. Looks like somebody put new bearings in there and a new hub, because this is not the same color. It's gray. Yeah, you can kind of see it better there. I mean, this thing has all kinds of damage. But anyways, so yeah, we're gonna tighten that big nut up and get these tires swapped around. As you can see, your ring sits in this groove here, okay? Now, a lot of people, they just go right in here, don't even break the tire loose or anything, and just put their pry bar in here and crank on this thing as hard as they can, like that, and pull it up. And when you do that, it binds over here and bends this section of the rim. It'll ruin it, and that's why you get, you know, rims flying off and people getting killed, but they don't seem to understand why. You know, they don't understand why the ring failed. It's because they're not installing them and removing them properly. It's fairly simple, folks. So just like a normal tire, the tire sits up here on the lip of this, and if it wasn't rusted out, it would come down more, and the tire sits on that lip to keep the ring locked in and retained. You need to break the tire loose from the rim. Once it's loose from the rim, you need to break the ring loose from the rim, because it's rusted solid in place. You know, and what I do is I just take a sledgehammer and bash it around the edge, and it'll come loose. And you know, it should. Oh no, it's stuck. There we go. Yeah. You know, they should be loose. And once you get it loose, you don't need to. If you've got an 8-foot pry bar on this, no, you're way off. You're way off. Okay, so yeah, just a screwdriver. Now, once you get it started, see how I'm barely above the lip here? Barely above the lip. Now you come over here. You see this little gap? You just get in there and pry that up. Pry this up. Now look what's happening over here. This screwdriver is working on its own. Doesn't even need any pressure on there. You don't need to be prying on your rim with an 8-foot pry bar. It's just hard to understand. Sorry, here we go. So, working around. I mean, just do this by hand if you understand physics, you know. Yeah, it shouldn't be that hard. Sorry. Yeah, just a little screwdriver. And just ease it out of there. Oh, now, of course, now I'm having a hard time. There we go. Yeah, no problem. And check this out. Flat. Should be flat. And it should be round. Shouldn't have any deviation here. If you have a ring and one of the rings is sticking up higher than the other one, I mean, this one, you've got maybe a 1/4 inch there. Not even the thickness of the steel. And as far as this angle goes, that needs to be 100%. If that's off even a little bit, no way, don't put that back on. Like I said, this rim is shot. There's holes right through the rim, so it's not going back on. But there you go. How to remove your ring. Sorry I didn't get to film with a tire, but I actually used my excavator to do that. So, but anyways, your ring shouldn't be bent when you're done. It should be still round. Shouldn't be all twisted. If it's twisted, it'll probably come back off. So be careful. So, like I said, we're getting new rims for the Lull. You know, they're Dayton style. So, being that we don't run those on the road anymore, or most people don't, they're not readily available. So, jumped on the old C list and found these pilot centered 20-inch rims. And these are 920s. So the problem was there were 8.25s on there, and the rim was only a 20x6. So these tires wouldn't have fit on those rims anyway. So what I'm doing is cutting the centers out, which is kind of a pain in the butt, but you know, I got these tires the day I needed them. You know, took me about 2 hours to cut the ring out of the other one. This one I'm already about halfway through here. So yeah, you just grind away the weld, and I cut some reliefs in there, and then yeah, just knock the center out, no big deal. So the other one is already mounted. This one's off of here, and then yes, that thing's looking good. So these are 38s, I think. And what was on there was 36s. So anyways, everything just barely clears. It does hit on the end of the hydraulic cylinder if you max it out, but shouldn't max it out anyways. So anyways, I'm really happy with the new tires. They're 1 inch wider and 2 inches taller, so a little better off-road capable, but looks sharp. So we got the other tire on. This one has all its locking wedges. The other side's missing one, and it's also missing one of the lug nuts. This Dayton style center bolts to the original Oliver hub, I believe. I don't know, but yeah, that needs a stud. Somebody actually painted it with a broken stud, so yeah, it shows where the priorities are. But yeah, I think it looks nice with the new rubber, and much safer. The old tires were ready to go. All right, next video we'll be using this thing to finish the timber frame here. 2 months, and then it's gonna snow, so I'll be hard at it until then. But anyways, we got the machine for the job, and it runs fine, and brand new tires. Well, brand new used. And here's the center that we cut out of there. I'm sure somebody could have used those rims, but I needed them for my rig, so now they're on there. Retreads. Alright, later.